Hello everyone, and welcome to the Vintage Needlecrafter. My name is Laura, and today, as promised, I'm going to do for you the tutorial for the Patriotic Star Colonial Coaster. This one is just like my Granny Rectangle, and if you haven't seen that tutorial, I have it up on my channel, how to do the Granny Rectangle with the Patriotic Star. But this time we're going to do a cotton coaster. I apologize for the marker. I had already filmed this, and this is my second go because I discovered that my hands were once again not in the frame, and I have a little bit difficult time yet doing tutorials and keeping my hands where they need to be. So with that said, and also I apologize for my voice. I had strained my vocal cords, and they're still not quite to full capacity yet. So for this project, we are going to be using a number 4 cotton in white or cream and any shade of blue. I'm using Colonial Blue. And for the red, we're going to use a number 3 light acrylic. Okay. And we're going to also be using, well, for this one, I'm using a number 3 crochet hook. For this one, I had used a number 5. You can make these any size you like. That's the beauty of it. And you'll need a pair of scissors. Okay, now to start, we're going to start on the star portion first. So I think I might zoom you in just a little bit slightly. We go. Now we're a little bit closer up, and I have my frame to keep my hands where they need to be so that you can see them. Okay, so grab your number 4 white cotton, and we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to join in our first chain by doing a slip stitch. And now we're going to chain up 3, 3. And in the ring, you may have to pull it apart a little bit. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to do half double crochets all the way around here. And we're going to do 14 half double crochets. The chain 3 will count as the 15th stitch. So that's 1. Try not to work my tail in there. 2, 3. We're going to go all the way around and make sure you have done 14 half double crochet. And I will meet you up at the end when I finish this round. Okay, so I have 14 half double crochet, and we're going to do a slip stitch in the second. Here's the first, the second chain from that chain 3 beginning. And let's join with a slip stitch. Now, we're going to chain 2. We're going to do double crochet clusters where we, I think that's what it's called, where you do 3 double crochet together is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to yarn over and go into this first stitch here. Drop a loop, yarn over, and we're going to go through just 2 of the loops. Keep this guy hanging back, okay? We're going to yarn over again and go into the next stitch, which is right here. And we're going to draw through just 2 loops. And you'll have 3 loops on your hook to start. So yarn over and draw through 3, and then we're going to chain 1. That's our first peak, or our first point of our star. Now we're going to chain 4. 2, 3, 4. And in the next stitch over, we're going to yarn over, drop a loop, and draw through 2. Yarn over in the next stitch, pull up a loop, and draw through 2. And then we're going to do it one more time. Yarn over into the third stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over 2, or yarn through 2, and this time you're going to have 4 loops on your hook, okay? So you're going to yarn over and go through all 4 of those, and chain 1. That completes your second point of star. Chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and into the next stitch we're going to repeat the same thing. Just going to yarn over, draw through 2, go to the next stitch, yarn over, draw through, pull up a loop and draw through 2. I apologize for my voice. Yarn over and into the next stitch, do the same, go through 2, and the 4 loops, draw through all 4 and chain 1. Now chain 4 again and repeat the same process into the next stitch here. Yarn over, pull up a loop, draw through 2. Yarn over into the next stitch, pull up a loop, draw through 2. Yarn over, go into the third stitch, pull up a loop, draw through 2, and then draw through all 4. And then chain 1 at the top of that to complete the, complete the point of the star. Now chain 4. And we're going to do this one more time. Yarn over into the next stitch. And you want to be careful you're not going back into that same stitch. Really look where your last stitch was there, where your half double or your double crochet came through. So next stitch here, not here, but here, yarn over, draw up a loop, draw through 2, next stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, draw through 2, next stitch, yarn over, go into the next stitch, a loop, draw through 2, now you have 4 loops, draw through all 4, and chain 1, then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, this time, do not put this anywhere in here because you'll split your star out. You'll split the point. Go up into that first little chain, 1 space, way at the top of the star there. We're going to just fasten that off now. And there is your little star. Now we're going to cut that. And another tip I want to say is weave in your ends. When I do this, I like to bring this end here down to this one here and tie in knot. I kind of got that tail wrapped in some of my stitches. It's supposed to be up here, but it's okay. It's all right. No, it's split. Sometimes this could be problematic a little bit with cotton like that. It's really being hard. It's really being kind of stubborn. Try another point. There we go. This is how I like to do this. It just makes it more sturdy. And I got that tail a little bit too short. You want to be sure in the beginning to make sure your tail is about 4 to 6 inches. We're just going to tie this in a knot and trim it. And that's round, or the star portion complete. That's the hardest part. Now that's complete. Now we're just going to do a round of blue, a round of the red, and finish with the white. So let's grab our blue. And you want to put it into any space except for the beginning space that you started here. So I'm just going to pick a space over here. The way I fasten this on is I twist my little end tail over like so and do a slip stitch. I find that's just easier than tying a knot and doing it the other way. Okay, so that counts as a chain 1. Let's do a chain 2. And now we're just going to put 9 half double crochet in here. This counts as the first stitch, so let's do 8 more. 1, 2, 3, making sure you have the right side because I have done that before to where I've got the wrong side. That counts as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to repeat this all the way around by doing 9 half double crochet into the space and chain 1. So by the end of this round, you should have 45 half double crochets and 5 chain 1 spaces. Okay, I have finished my round and I chained 1. And I'm going to go into the top of the first chain 2 space there. And we're going to fasten that off. Now these have gotten quite close together, so I don't have to do too much weaving. Just a slight bit on this one. I like that. Now when you first tie this, don't do too tight. Just barely till it's together, and then when you're doing it again, then you want to do it snugly, pretty good and tight. Trim those off. Okay, that completes the blue, and now it's on to the acrylic red. And for this round, it's quite easy. Only when we do our 3 double crochets, we'll be skipping 1 stitch and then we'll be skipping 2. So in any of these spaces here, put in join your red. Give that a twist. 2, 3. You're going to chain 2 to make a chain 3 here. This is going to count as your first double crochet. Now we're going to do 2 more double crochets. And we're going to chain 1. Now we're going to skip 1 stitch right here. And into the second stitch, we're going to do 3 double crochet. Followed by a chain stitch, or followed by a chain 1. We're always going to be chaining 1 after each of the 3 double crochet cluster. Now, instead of skipping 1, we're going to skip 2. For this third stitch, we're going to do 3 double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, and do 3 double crochet in the next stitch. So see, you're going to be skipping 1 and then 3 double crochet and chain 1, and then you're going to be skipping 2. So you're skipping 1 and then skipping 2. Now you're right at your space, and since you skip 2 here, you only skip 1 and put these 3 double crochet into that space. Just like that. And chain 1. Now we're going to skip 2. This is where it gets a little rough because right here is where we ended that last round. So I believe it's right here. And put 3 double crochet in there. I'm just going to repeat this all the way around. Now skip 1, 3 double crochet, I think I'm going to work this whole round with you, okay? So I'll help you along. Now we skip 2 there, so we're going to skip 1, put 3 double crochet right there in that next stitch. Chain 1. Now we skip 2, and here we are back at our space. And we'll do 3 double crochet in that space. chain one. Now we're going to skip only one, which is right here. Let's see, did we skip one or did we skip two? No, I think we skipped. Sometimes it's hard to tell. One, two. Okay, so this we're going to skip one. And the next stitch, 3 double crochet. Sometimes it's a little tricky when you do that space. Chain one. Now we're going to skip two. Skip these two, and in the third one, 3 double crochet. Chain one. I'm surprised my voice is holding out. Now skip one and 3 double crochet right here. See how we're doing this around? Chain one, and now we're back to our space, so we're just going to do 3 doubles in that space. Just like that, and chain one. Now we're going to skip one and do 3 doubles right here. These are nice little coasters. Chain one. They're good for putting your hot coffee on or your ice cold drinks. So we're going to skip 2 this time. Remember, it's a skip 1 and then do your cluster and then a skip 2. Because it's an odd number of 9 here. Okay, now skip 1. Right there will be your next one. 2, 3, chain 1. Now you see this will be a 2 skip, so we're going to go right into that space. Just like that. Some might think it quite odd to combine acrylic with cotton, but it works. And if you've had a bad experience like I have, skip 1. With the red bleeding all over the white. Yes, that happened to me. It could have been the way I washed it. I don't know. It could have been the quality. Skip 2. I'm not sure, but I find that using acrylic, especially when you're dealing with a red color, really helps. Chain 1, and now we're going to go into that top of that chain 3 space. The only thing you cannot do with these is when you put acrylic on, is using them for a hot pad. These are not meant for hot pads. If you want a hot pad, you'll have to use all 100% cotton. I don't even know if acrylic, a cotton blend would work for a hot pad. It might scorch. But this is not for that. This is for using under a vase or having an ice cold drink at the coffee table wherever you sit, or just putting out on your table when you're going to have dinner for decorative touch, or putting a hot cup of coffee, things of that nature. And a cup of steaming hot coffee or hot tea will not scorch the acrylic. I have many acrylic coasters, in fact. Okay, so we are almost done. All we're going to have to do now is just put on this white and go around with, in every little space, we're just going to be doing 3 double crochet and chain 1. I'll start you off here. And then I'll let you complete the round and I'll meet you back at the end here, but I will show you how to start it. That ends is a little too long. There we go. Just chain 2 more. Now we're going to put 2 more double crochet into this space. Like so, and chain 1. Then you go in the next space. 3 double crochet. My voice is starting to crack. Chain 1. Okay, so you're going to just keep doing this all the way around, putting 3 double crochet and chain 1 in every space around. And I will meet you back at the end when we are finished. Okay, so I've just about finished my round here. I'm going to chain 1, Join at the top here with a slip stitch. Fasten off, and our little coaster is going to be finished. As soon as I find my end here, wants to hide on me. I'm going to try to film a podcast for you soon. My voice has not been the greatest, so I didn't want you to hear me squeaking through it. But I did promise you this tutorial, and by golly, I was going to finish this one for you. Okay, now I'm just going to tie these in their little knot. Did you know that you can save all your little yarn clippings and put them in a bag and use them to stuff pillows or to stuff anything you like? I mean, as you can see, they do pile up quite quickly. So you can save those and repurpose those. And there we have it. There's our little coaster. It lays nice and flat even without blocking. Now, because this is cotton and acrylic, you can still block it. If you spray this quite a bit and get it pretty wet, and then take 2 washcloths doubled, one washcloth and another, and then put your iron on the lowest setting and then just press it down for like a second or two like this, and you can block it that way. Now when you wash these, what I would do is just wash them in cool water. I would not use hot water. And when they're washed, just lay them flat to dry. I usually put mine on top of the dryer, and it blocks it. And then I just flip them over to the other side. I hope you make these. These are nice coasters. They'll work quite nicely, for any drink you want. You can put your hot coffee on there. Just don't use them for hot pads for pots and pans. You can also take them like this and stick them together like that by sewing here to here, and you can make a throw blanket, or anything like that, or an Afghan. But these are going to be nice for Memorial Day, 4th of July. So I'm going to have to say goodbye because my voice is wanting to crack again. But you all take care and give this a nice thumbs up, and I'll see you again on my next podcast video. Thank you for watching. Bye.